Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic week. Today I have two news stories, one current and one that happened in December that's just coming to light now. And one of them's really big and one's really, really lucky and kind of scary. The first story I want to go over is the Celebrity Solstice was in Australia and New Zealand area when they came across. They were heading out of port and lo and behold, all of a sudden they come across a rubber dinghy about 10 to 12 feet long with 4 people, 2 male, 2 female, aged between 18 and 22 years old, directly in their path. Now, luckily, there was enough room. They made a quick crash decision and veered slightly left and allowed just barely to skim by the rubber dinghy. Missed the rubber dinghy by literally less than 10 feet. And also, as you can see at the end, a fisherman coming back just happened to see the group of young people in distress and rushed over to help them, and then you see another boat at the end coming in. Literally, they threw him a line and towed him out and back to port. Obviously, the young people were really, really shaken, and apparently this was not a case of them getting too close to a cruise ship and being foolish or anything like that. They were foolish in some ways, but not in that. They weren't trying to be crazy and taking a risk that way. They were actually crossing the channel and they ran out of fuel in their boat. Not only that, they didn't have an oar on board and they didn't have life jackets from what could be seen on board as well. So lots of mistakes they made, but at least they weren't foolishly just playing chicken with a cruise ship. This was an actual accident. So after all that being said, you can tell they were visibly upset and visibly shaken. In the scenes, you can see them frantically with their hands in the water, splashing, trying to get out of the way of the cruise ship. And had they come just 10 feet more towards the cruise ship, they probably wouldn't be here to tell that story anymore. And good job on the fisherman who rushed in at the risk of his own self within that close of a moving cruise ship of that 122 tons to risk his own life and his own. So he says he's not a hero. He just did what he thought needed to be done and didn't even think about it. So great job by him, and absolutely this could have been a much, much worse story. So in the end, the cruise ship avoided the dinghy as much as they possibly could. They were rescued, nothing happened, but it was a very, very close call. Here's a little warning to anybody going out on a boat or a rubber dinghy. Make sure you got fuel, make sure you got an oar, and make sure you have your life jacket. You just never know what can happen. The second story is it just seems sometimes that the cruise lines can't catch a break. They get some good news and then something comes around the corner and just slaps them in the face to make their news sound ridiculous. Because just about a week and a half ago, the cruise line industry announced the 2018 Norovirus for 2018 was way down. In fact, it's down the lowest it's been in 6 or 7 years. So it was trending in the right direction and everything's good and rosy. And yesterday, the Oasis of the sea has come down with over 150 passengers struck down with norovirus. They weren't allowed to leave their dock port for Jamaica. The passengers were not allowed to get off for fear of spreading it out. The staff members say that it's not that severe as far as the actual individuals are concerned. They're just being treated with over-the-counter medication. They are bringing in extra staff on board from Jamaica to help deal with the amount of passengers that are out there, and a huge sanitation effort is on the way to make sure this is contained and doesn't spread any further. And now they're set sail, and they're on their way to Cozumel, and we'll just see if they're allowed to get off at Cozumel when they get there, because normally the norovirus will hit for about 24 hours, but you have to remain in your cabin for another 24 hours just to make sure that it's clean and it's out of your system. So yeah, the poor cruise industry and the poor people on that cruise. Royal Caribbean has said and offered a 1-day refund on the cruise. So a 7-day cruise would be 1/7 of the cost. That remains to be seen what happens as the cruise goes forward for everybody. But you know what? If you're going to be stuck on a ship and you can't get off, at least you're on an Oasis class ship that has a million things to do on it. So can you imagine being stuck on a very small ship that doesn't have has one swimming pool and has no entertainment, no slides, and yeah, that would be a much different situation. So at least I hope you get to enjoy the ship if you're on the Oasis ship. And if you're going on the Oasis next, you might want to make sure you're in a stateroom that's double check to make sure it's clean. Bring your own sanitation wipes with you and maybe wipe down your stateroom when you get on. They're going to do a really good job on it, but it's the nervousness in me, the double checking in me that comes by that I would wipe down my entire place if I knew the week before there was a norovirus on my ship. But, well, norovirus, not a great start for 2019. Right after that announcement. Isn't that always the way, right? Isn't it? Hey, I just got a little bit of money in my account. I'm finally starting to save money, and oh, my car breaks down. I got to fix it. Isn't that the way of life, everybody? Just the way things go. So I kind of feel bad that this happened, especially for everybody on board, but it's ironically funny, if you know what I mean. Well, hope you liked the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world, please hit that subscribe button. Till next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.